All right. Welcome to the last hope. It might be the last hope because there's no more room in this hotel because this conference keeps growing every time we have it. I want to thank you all for supporting this community, 2600 Magazine, and coming this weekend to share knowledge. The hacking community is a community, and the 2600 community has looked after a lot of people and supported a lot of people that have gotten snagged by law enforcement for dubious reasons. When I was doing a nationally syndicated radio feature called The Technophile, Emmanuel got in touch with me and told me that a guy by the name of Bernie S. was incarcerated for ridiculous reasons. And I took that to the airwaves, and ever since then I've seen Emmanuel put the resources of 2600 Magazine behind people that have been accused of things that they didn't do. So I think we should give a round of applause to Emmanuel and 2600. Two years ago, we had a bit of an incident at the Hope Conference right before this next gentleman was going to give a discussion. Some federal agents arrived and snagged him and took him away. And all charges were dropped very quickly afterwards. But it does show you that people are paying attention to this community. And Stephen was going to be giving a discussion. The discussions he usually gives at this conference is called Privacy is Dead, Get Over It. He's working on a new project called Stealing Your Own Identity. He's a director of a detective agency and a private investigator. And we've all been kind of waiting for the thugs to storm in and grab him before he hits this microphone. But we're glad you're here, Stephen Rambam.
Is this working? Problem is that you may call them thugs, I call them colleagues, so it was a little it was a little surprising for me. I am Steve Rambam, and this talk is Privacy is Dead, Get Over It. Today, in the expanded amount of time that they've given me, I and Rick Dakin and a few other people who will be joining me on the podium hope to give you an overview of what's changed in the past 10 years with databases, privacy, investigation, just how much of your life is out there on display. The first thing that I want to tell you is, with any starting point, your name, your address, your phone number, if you call me and your number accurately comes up on my caller ID, within 30 seconds, I know your name, your address, your social security number, your date of birth, your sex, your driver's license number, and your criminal record. Given about 5 minutes, I know a lot more. Marriage and divorce, employment, corporations, property, lawsuits, your photo. Everything today is now available if you know where to look. And not just the things that you would expect, not just identifier information, not just residence, not just employment, but without leaving my desk as an investigator, it's possible for me to determine if you're gay or straight or bi, if you're black or white or Hispanic or Asian, if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat. Everything that there is to know about you is cataloged and indexed and cross-referenced and available. Now, part of what this fella sitting right here is Rick Dakin, who is arguably the bravest guy in the room, as you're going to see. Rick, now, by the way, just a show of hands. How many of you were at the talk at the Stevens Institute? Okay, about 15%. For those of you that were at the Stevens Institute talk, some of this is going to be familiar, about 20% of this talk. 2 years ago, I went on the Off the Hook